You will see that each dynamic strength exercise is actually a simple series of motions which pits muscle against muscle. Each muscle is resisting yet yielding at the same time. Since every muscle in your body is matched by another muscle or group of muscles, your body will be strengthened evenly and naturally.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the Kung Fu Society. Um, Today, I just want to talk a little bit about dynamic tension. Now, dynamic tension, I'll explain to you what it is. Okay, you get into a position and you do some motions. Tense the muscles on exhale with his breathing. At least that's how I did it. Relax on the inhale. This action pumps the chi, building and circulating it. The tension stimulates the chi channels in every meridian in the body. It develops both the yin and the yang energy. It brings the chi to the channels and circulates it. This will build tremendous strength and body control. It is the first stage in developing, quote, body armor. So let's take a look at some of these other things. Now, that doesn't clear things up. So we're going to take a look right here. This is from the Kung Fu Magazine forum. I don't know when this was posted. Actually, yeah. Okay, so this was posted way back in June of 2004, back when I was heavily practicing Kung Fu at the time. So this says some styles utilize dynamic tension in their Qigong sets. Some just imagine tensing. Some use varying degrees of tension, and some are quite forceful. A quick question for those who practice it: to what degree do you tense? What are the benefits and the drawbacks of each method? Personally, I was taught to stop at the point uh, with the hands beginning to tremble. Well, I don't know if Tame the Tiger watches this channel. I don't know if Tame the Tiger is an active participant in the Kung Fu Magazine forum anymore these days. So, but I will answer that question. What I do personally is I do various motions. We'll say first one I do is I do what's called tiger catches its prey, mantis catches the cicada. So what I do is I get in horse stance. And this is just one of the many exercises I do. These are called the Iron Mountain sets. And what I do with dynamic tension is I tense the muscles as I'm pushing out, and I tss, or hiss breathe as I'm pushing out those tiger claws while I'm in horse stance. I then take a deep breath, and I pull in my forearms with the mantis hook, and then I do that for about 9 reps, and then I move on to the next exercise. Um, there's uh, there's one where I just kind of prop myself up and thrust out a side kick. There's one where I thrust, I tense out a roundhouse kick. Um, and then the most basic is just doing some punches, you know? Actually, you see a lot of karate guys do that, believe it or not. And to do this right, um, of course, it's what you got to do is you got to build up the strength. To do this right, you start with 9 reps the first day. You do uh, then you do it again. You do 9 reps, and then you do it all over again, 9 reps. Then you do 18 reps, and then you do 2 sets of 18. And on the fifth day, you still got it. You do 36 reps. Now, when I'm doing the dynamic tension, I'm I'm tensing. I'm doing the motion, not just with the muscles, not just with the muscle that I'm doing the tension with, but I'm doing it with the muscle groups. Everything I use to make that motion. And then at the same time, I'm more likely than not, without thinking about it, and you almost have no choice. You could try to not do it, but go for it. You tense your core too. Um, Now, the benefits of this is it is going to not only develop strength, but it's going to develop speed. And remember, after you do the rep, you want to take a big inhale and you want to do the next rep. And you want to keep on with that and keep on with that, keep on with that. So think about some of your basic motions, some of your basic strikes, some of your basic stances and footwork. Try that with dynamic tension. Um, that is my advice. So let's take a quick look at something. This right here is a picture of a man at the bottom of the pool throwing punches. He is a boxer. In fact, he's probably one of the most famous boxers who ever lived. That is Muhammad Ali. One of the ways he was able to get so fast, he got there at the bottom of the pool, he threw some punches. I don't know how long he was down there. I don't know how long he held his breath. And I maybe, and maybe he wanted to show off. But still, right there when he's doing that in water, doing those motions in water, look at that. Look at that ripple through. He just pulled that back. You know, you see that kind of ripple after someone's dived. Um, he just pulled that back. You can see that motion. Look, he's also coming up for a left hook right there. He just threw a right punch and now he's throwing a left hook underwater. Resistance training, and that's what dynamic tension is this resistance training. Let's take a look at one more thing. All right, here's an article. It's from Men's Health. What is dynamic tension? Okay, so who started it? Dynamic tension is an exercise system popularized by Charles Atlas, the bodybuilder, a weakling who became a really ripped dude. Who used the method to craft his He-Man like physique. Other distinguished fans of the system have included sprinter Alan Wells, baseball player Joe DiMaggio, deceased Kung Fu guru Bruce Lee, and boxing legend Joe Louis. Legend has it that one day Atlas watched a tiger stretching at the zoo and he asked himself, how does this tiger keep in such peak physical condition? The absence of any dumbbells or barbells led the young Atlas to conclude that lions and tigers become strong by pitting muscle against muscle. Wow. Uh, that's a very good philosophy. Um, it is it's a self-resistance exercise method. Dynamic means dealing with the motion, and tension simply means contraction. Therefore, true dynamic tension involves flexing the muscles hard while also moving. That is the key right there. That is the key. And you got to remember to breathe and always remember to exhale so you get the maximum performance. The performer tenses the muscles of a body part and then moves the body part against the tension in the form of the body weight, just as though lifting a heavy weight. You might think that's foolish, but it works. It builds strength. It doesn't make you big, but it builds strength. It cuts you, and I mean, it gives you a good cut. And also, like I tell you, it's going to give you speed in your punches. It will in your strikes. You want to talk about that? That's speed. Anyone working long hours may not have time to go to the gym and may not have the extra space or money to set up a good home gym. Also, someone who has to travel quite often for business or pleasure might prefer getting a good workout in his or her hotel room, going through a plateau. Um, some building bodybuilders have claimed a few dynamic tension sessions bring up certain physical changes to make um, muscles more responsive to later heavy training. But in general, anyone who wants the strength, endurance, the definition that dynamic tension offers, this exercise routine doesn't involve the use of any equipment whatsoever. The important thing is to remember is to flex each muscle group hard while performing each exercise flex. For example, to perform, you press up slowly while simultaneously flexing hard your pectorals, shoulders, triceps, biceps, and and even your lats and forearms. All right, so that's about all I'm going to read of this article. I will link this article in the description below. Um, but going on. So dynamic tension, it's a good thing. It's good for a martial artist. It's good for anyone who wants to define their body and lose weight. And I'll let you in on a little secret. I was actually I last weekend I had to basically sit there and monitor something at work. And as far as what I was doing, I was getting paid for what I could do, or basically on an on call, on command basis, which I was rarely needed. So to pass the time, one of the things I did my dynamic tension. I did what what we call in the school I went to Iron Mountain exercises. So, anyways, like, subscribe, hit the bell, and please share. Please share this out. And I'm serious. The purpose of Kung Fu Society is to build a community for Kung Fu practitioners who no longer have a Kwoon to call their own. And in this ever-changing world, we want to get together. We want to train. We want to challenge each other, both physically and mentally, and we don't want to fall by the wayside of what we were taught. So, anyways, I will leave a link in the description for the Discord, and I will leave a link in the description for Dynamic Tension, and I will also leave a link in the description for um, that video that you saw at the beginning. There's a little clip of the video. So have fun with that. Happy training, and we'll see you on the next time. Bye bye.